Well, people, here we are in my very cleaned out car for once. So I've got to put a few things away. Just went and got some of this. Stevia. Actually, got two plants. And I got this mushroom herb thingy here. And a bit more lemon verbena. That is brilliant stuff. My other one, I thought I almost killed it, is going very well. And I wasn't going to buy one stevia plant when I saw them. I bought two because in case I stuff one up, or let's face it, the more the merrier, because this is the sort of stuff that I'll make a lot of use of in the future. And yeah, mushroom herb, I think I've seen it once before, but I never really tried it out. But I thought, oh, what the hell, $4, I'll go get it. And I just nipped a little tiny bit off one of the leaves of the stevia plants, and it was like about half a teaspoon of sugar in your mouth. I couldn't believe it. Apparently the leaves dried and ground up with 4 times the strength of sugar. And I've been buying a bit of stevia on the cheap because it seems to be one of these things that ends up as a clearance item often enough. And that's a good alternative to sugar. It sort of gives the sweetness hit is more as an aftertaste, like as you go to swallow it, it's sort of sweetish a bit, and then when you swallow it, it's like boom, you know, really sweet all of a sudden. So anyway, I hope to grow some of my own, and yeah. Alrighty, people. As you know, Troy has a stevia plant. And I've taken a bit of an interest in stevia myself, and I actually got a big heap of it the other day on the cheap because somebody dropped one in the supermarket and badly cracked the lid, but the seal wasn't broken. So I got it about half price, and it's quite a decent sized jar of it. And I bought a whole bunch of drinks and all that because I love having a cold can of drink on a hot day. Didn't really look much, and I got out of the supermarket. Pepsi next, okay, some sugar-free shitstorm. What is this, aspartame or something? Not exactly. I could barely believe it when I saw this a couple of seconds ago as I was ripping a can out. Yeah. I've been told that, well, I've actually read that aspartame, I think, was banned in Japan, and because of the fears of it, as you may have heard about some of the health concerns, and they, for years, have had Coke, sugar-free Coke with stevia, and here it is in Pepsi, and I'm glad to say that about 2 years ago, I think it was 2012 or 2010 or something like that, the Australian government really opened the market right up for all forms of stevia and stevia extracts to be used as a food product. And we've got it just about holus bolus, no conditions like some countries have. And, well, yeah, now it's in the Pepsi. That's at the front of the house. This is just where I keep the bins. House is in behind that tree there, and I've had a few old gangly bits of metal and sheet metal and stuff come up, and I thought I had some more. It's well, not really. Blade was just hanging out, and I thought it was a bit of sheet metal, but not exactly. The crap you find in this place is unbelievable. It's a bloody meat cleaver. For those of you who didn't realise already. I had another one. Where is it? Not a meat cleaver. It's oh, where it is now. It's air conditioning. Anyway, I was just sitting over here in the driveway, and it was one of those things with a drill where you got a handle that you tighten around just before the chuck sort of thing to hold on the drill. That was actually in the driveway, pressed into the driveway, and I pulled that up as well. That was well, it was months back now, probably 6 months ago, but the crap you find around here is just unbelievable. It's, it was come straight out of the ground. Unbelievable. Alrighty people, well my father come over and we have a new fence. I think it's 14 foot 5 inches wide or something like that. It's a decent one anyway. And yeah, this is an old trick my uncle used to do that works quite well, which is you get your normal fencing stuff that we've used, you know, for the rest of the fence and whack that on the frame as opposed to go out and buy mesh. And this is reasonably tight, you know, strung it reasonably tight sort of thing. And basically it's a lot lighter than mesh as well, so it takes the strain off all your hinges and your stuff here too. But anyways, yeah, it's good to have a new gate. It is exceedingly lightweight, even though they look heavy. And just got a bit of rock there and out on this side here. He's just whacked a bit of wood, but we've got an old bumper which is like, I think it's 3.5mm steel. It's like a blimmin', this looks like it's custom made, and you know, it's basically 1/8 of an inch steel, and the edges of that have been sort of tapered up when they've made this custom bumper or whatever the heck it is. It was just, there's a bit of scrap metal laying well down near that second tree there actually, and he saw that and said keep that, and then he's going to try and make like a little bit that's basically get that the wedge part that's on a bit of an angle, and just weld a few pipes onto it and then sort of set that into the ground there, so you got somewhere to, you know, for the gate to rest on to take the strain off the hinge while it's fully open, and the same again where it's fully closed. And yeah, I'm just glad now that I've got a proper gate and I can open and close like the rest of the world, well, rest of this area. Alrighty, this here is broken off some rocks or something of that nature. Would have been anchored down there. Usually they look like a bunch of seaweed, but this one happens to be all pink on the outside. Well, now a big patch of sand. My father used to use these for bait, and if you can pick them out on the rocks amongst the seaweed, usually they look like a bunch of seaweed. They're actually green with like seaweed growing on them or something along those lines. This one's obviously sick or, well, basically dead. And you can belt straight into this with a knife. And inside there is veins against the inner side of this outer skin, and there's all guts inside, and you can use it as bait. And you don't have to do anything except creep around on the rocks for a while to find a bit, and cut some off, and then put it on the end of your hook, on the end of your line, and chuck it out, and you can get fish. And that's the easy way to get bait. You know, when you got no bait at all you got the line and the hook, yeah, that's the way you go about it. But usually these look literally like seaweed because they haven't gone pink like this one has. And oh hell, that might actually still be alive. Just close this thing up there. But obviously it's on the way to dying because, well, it's washed up on the shore. That's quite a large one. Usually they're only small enough. Now in Peru, they actually cut these open and eat them. And you can buy them, well, in jars actually.
that's sort of half cooked. Apparently they taste absolutely foul, and they're as cheap as dirt, and they taste absolutely horrendous. But several South American countries have it, not just Peru. But yeah, you usually don't see them this size. But I just thought usually they're only sort of about like 4 inches long and maybe 2.5 inches wide or something like that. And I thought I'd show that one while I'm down at the beach today. Now if this is a shovel nose. It's dead anyway, someone's obviously dragged it up here. Pretty certain it's a shovel nose shark. I do remember seeing these sort of markings. On some of the ones in the aquarium that Troy and me went to that time with the archer fish that squirted us and all that. This one's turned it into jerky, obviously. Nah, it's probably caught it. So there's been a knife go through there, so they've killed it and they just left it here. And it's drying out, and I think the sandflies are getting into it by the looks, but yeah. Turkey of the sea, eh? That was very strange there, don't you, honey, you big goblin? These are some sort of shipping boxes. In an old vintage place here. Christ, it's a big fridge. Here's a little idea I just thought up. I want to try and get these socks to dry quickly because I've got to use them for work tomorrow and I've got none left basically. Well, one thin pair, but they're useless. So I took down the windscreen reflector and just chucked a whole lot in the dashboard, and here we are out in the glaring blooming sun out the front of my place. So I thought that'd be the best way to go. That just might give a few use ideas. I reckon this will dry rather quick because of the grey dashboard and all that, and the fact it's under a big sheet of glass. Yeah, I thought that'd be better than sitting inside my bedroom because it's a little bit too shaded and a little bit too cool because it's a little bit too well insulated in my bedroom.